Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday, the 6th of March 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the new Mythic Tarot deck for today's reading, and that's by Julia Charman-Burke and Liz Green. Liz Green is an amazing author, and she writes about astrology. I've read a couple of her books. It's very interesting. If you're interested in astrology, check her out. Let's have a look at what the cards want to say about this day, what the tarot wants you to be aware of. So I'm going to choose 3 cards. Okay, that card doesn't want to go in. The 5 of Swords. Okay, serious conflict. The 2 of Wands, opportunity for a fresh start. And the 8 of Wands, which is news coming in, but here it's a journey and it's travel and it's learning. This is really interesting to me, particularly the 5 of Swords, because that is conflict with other people. And we're in a challenging energy at the moment, I feel, for the last few days. 2 days ago, the cards were saying that it's important to listen to other people, to be open-minded and to be willing to learn. And then yesterday, there was a warning that said, don't let other people bully you into things, and don't let yourself be guilted or oppressed, and kind of stand up for yourself and have clear boundaries. And the 5 of Swords is the more serious version of the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is trivial conflict, clashing with other people in a way that really isn't that meaningful. The 5 of Swords is really serious trouble. It can be someone sabotaging you at work, or getting into a screaming match with someone, or having an application rejected for personal reasons. It's really someone standing in your way for reasons that don't have to do with the actual thing that you're doing. It's more personal. So here we've got this angel holding 5 swords, and we've got this young person sitting down looking very vulnerable. And it looks like the angel is first of all pointing to the swords, which seems kind of threatening and daunting. And it's very much about an authority figure coming down and saying, hey, I've got something to say. You don't really have an option whether you listen to me or not. And look, not only do I have 1 sword, I have 5. So you better be quiet and listen to what it is I'm saying. And that seems to echo this sentiment that there is ongoing unease between you and other people. The message I'm getting is that if an angel comes down, right, most people would be shocked and terrified. Well, what is this apparition that suddenly appeared? But the message of the angel is usually loving and positive. And the sense I get from that is you may have an interaction with someone where you're very, very surprised by what you're actually hearing. I think most of us have experienced this. We've got a friend or someone we feel very close to, and out of the blue, they say something to us which we would have never imagined them saying, either about us or to us. And it really puts your whole relationship in question. And you're like, what am I dreaming? What am I listening to here? What's going on? So that's the sense that I get. But it's not just via other people coming to you and kind of saying things that make you feel small or minimized or intimidated. I also think that it may be something that you do unwittingly, where you think you're helping or you're speaking the truth or you're saying something reasonable, but it's totally misinterpreted by the other person hearing it, and it creates a conflict even though you didn't mean to create one. And the reason I'm saying that is it's because of this strange nature of the angel, which is a representative of love and everything that's good and positive, and then holding these 5 swords and a halo that looks more like a spiky crown. And it's what is going on here. So I think you have a lack of clarity, and the thing that I feel is going to be most challenging is thinking about how other people are going to interpret what you're doing and what you're saying. You're not a mind reader, and there's huge potential to be misunderstood or to get the wrong end of the stick, yourself or in other people. The next card is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, you can see this young man standing between the two wands that create a doorway. And he's looking back, and we've got this centaur in the cave. And that is unclear as well. I don't know what this symbol means. Is it saying goodbye, good luck on your journey, off you go, we wish you all the very best of luck? Or is it, I've got all this information, you didn't listen, you chose to go your own way instead of being taught and educated by me, so you're on your own now. Whatever is going to happen is your responsibility. So I think it's very challenging to suss out what the truth is or what's really being said, and same thing for other people. So what I'd like to suggest is that you don't hop on a bandwagon of certainty. For example, oh, they said this, so that must have been an insult. You know, reading into things that come across as kind of fuzzy and unclear. Not reading into things is the most important thing, and focusing on your own journey regardless of what's being said, and not wasting your time trying to figure it out is key. Because you do have the potential to be super productive here, to work with information, to get things moving, to look at your future and to say, okay, where do I want to go? What do I want to change? Maybe I want to alter the way I work, or maybe I want to move house, or maybe I do want to go on a little trip this year. And that's only something that you can decide based on your feelings. If you spend the whole day trying to decipher what has been said or what the situation actually is, it takes you away from your own passions, your own feelings of desire and control and strength. And it dilutes this opportunity, and things become murky and you can get really muddled. So the Two of Wands is usually a young man holding the world in the palm of his hand. There's no centaur, there's no outside influence. And he's looking out to either the sea or the different countryside. And it's very much about options. And here he's got these two torches, and he's got 1 foot, you know, he's right in the middle of the threshold, but he's not moving anywhere. And it's because he's looking behind him and he's being distracted. So I feel the big warning is not to let yourself be distracted by figures which seem imposing and which you want to acquiesce to simply because of who they are. But instead, I think you should listen to your gut and ask your intuition, does this have merit? Do I need to pay a lot of attention to it? Is this something that I need to listen to, follow the rules? Or do I get to pursue my own desires? And because of this small figure here dressed in white, I feel it's much more conducive to try and figure out what you want than to try and read other people's minds or to get clarity. I just don't think there's going to be a happy outcome to that, or I don't think you're going to get the satisfying message that you're looking for. So if you find yourself trying to get someone to explain themselves, or you're explaining yourself, I would stop. I'd change the focus a little bit and say, what brings me joy? What makes me feel like I'm moving ahead with my life and going in the right direction, and focusing on the personal process rather than complicating things unnecessarily. The red is the root chakra. That's your connection with the earth, with your work, with how you live, what you're doing, where you live, what your circumstances are. And the sun is the solar plexus chakra. That's you in control, you in charge, deciding what empowers you. And in between the root chakra and the solar plexus chakra is the sacral chakra. That's orange, and that's about control. And here we've got all this orange in the sky and in the flames. So you do have a lot more control of your own feelings and your own plans for the future than you do over other people and what they're doing. So as soon as you find yourself trying to influence a situation or forcefully getting your point across or something like that, I feel that you've then gone off track, and it's important to simplify and to realize that you're responsible for yourself and not for everybody else. It seems very complicated to me because there is still the opportunity to learn. I mean, if you look at this angel and see it in the regular sense, an angel appears, most people would be willing to listen and to say, okay, this is quite a significant meeting here. I need to open my ears and listen what they've got to say. So we still have that potential, but then we have this shadowy figure with weird symbols and then these 5 swords, and it's like, what is really being said? And I feel that the only way to understand that is to check in with yourself and your feelings, and not to say, okay, this is socially acceptable, or this is what the rules are, or this is how it's done here. It's really asking yourself, well, how does it make me feel, regardless of the expectation or what's going on? And that is very complicated, I feel. So try and keep it simple. Look at what gets you moving, what makes you feel good and empowered. And that's it. That's really the best the best option you've got. Number-wise, we've got 5 and 2 is 7, and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So the opportunity is to make massive progress, and then if we do have a great opportunity, we usually have a hurdle or an obstacle that prevents you from getting the opportunity, and I feel that's by being distracted via news or conversations or events that stem from others and their plans, and how those plans then influence you. But try and think for yourself and shrug off things that don't have to affect you. So pick and choose and try and put yourself in the center and keep yourself the priority. Okay, so that's what I get for Sunday, the 6th of March. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal reading. So if you have any questions about your relationships, your future, your life purpose, your career, anything at all really, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.